What's up, everybody? Welcome to Quadinef. I am, of course, your host, the voice Gemma. Here we are going to be spilling the tea on everything that revolves around Cameroonian entertainment and, of course, beyond. From AFRIMMA North to global shakeups, we are breaking it all down with style and, of course, a side of chaos. Now, let's get into that. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our coming videos. Now, starting off with AFRIMMA 2025, it has been Cameroon's moment to shine. Now, when the nominations came out, Cameroon is definitely making waves at the 2025 All Africa Music Awards, with artists nominated across categories like Best Male and Female, Central Africa, and Best African Collaborations. We have Cameroonian stars like Kosi, Blanch Bailey, Chris M, and Shallot Dep who are representing and flying the flag so high. Now, why does this matter? This isn't just about trophies. It's a testament to Cameroon's growing influence in African music. Now, with fierce competition from regional powerhouses like Nigeria, South Africa, these nominations prove our artists are holding their own. But is it really enough to say that we are on the global stage? Well, let's keep it real. We need more than investment in production and marketing to fully dominate in the entertainment space globally. Now, what are your thoughts about this? For me, there's still more work that needs to be done. Well, we'll see if that work is going to be done. Now, next up, we have African music's identity crisis. Now, South Africa's Tyla just snagged, or let's say she snagged, the Best Afrobeat Award at the 2025 MTV VMAs for Push to Start.
Congratulations on winning again!
Second time in a row.
Winning another award, okay?
But here's the twist, she's not even an Afrobeat artist, she's an R&B pop artist. But then her win has been causing conversations and chaos to how African artists are pigeonholed into the Afrobeat category. Now, Tyla herself called this out in 2024, saying African music is so diverse. There are so many countries. It's more than just Afrobeat.
Because I know there's a tendency to group all African artists under Afrobeat. It's a thing, and even though Afrobeat has run things and has opened so many doors for us, African music is so diverse. It's more than just Afrobeat.
But then her win is a double-edged sword that celebrates African talent but also highlights the industry's lazy labeling. So what can we take away from this? That all the while that we try to look for global validation, maybe we are doing it all wrong, because last year we spoke about it, this year they did the same thing. So isn't it time to strategize for how we are globally categorized? And for me, I think there's still so much work that needs to be done, and more work should be done internally than looking outwards to what can be done. Now, we have AMVCA, that is the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards, that primarily focuses on film and TV. We have streaming platforms like Netflix and Prime Video, Showmax, that are reshaping how African stories reach the world. But then for musicians, awards like the Headies, that is held in Nigeria, and AFRIMMA remain critical for visibility. Now, while we have this award, I feel like we look more towards the Grammys, the VMAs, the BET for, the validation that we need. But then this is a time to create a platform with other African countries that will celebrate music, our film and digital content, that even the Westerns can come here to see, and not we always going towards them. Now, next up, our artists finally getting direct compensation. Now, for a long while, the music industry has been criticized for the payment structures, but then change is finally coming. While streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music have democratized access to music, their payout models have often left artists with mere pennies, because every day you hear, oh, they've cut down this person's streams, they've cut down their followers. But then we have emerging platforms that shows direct-to-fan strategies that are shifting the power dynamics. We have Colorful. This is a Cameroonian platform that is revolutionizing how artists earn. Unlike traditional streaming services, Colorful emphasizes direct compensation through mix of sales, streaming, and community-driven support. Now, let's take case study of Trois Officiel, which is just a rising Cameroonian band.
Ça m'évite les discutes. Ne mets pas le cas, la vie c'est un coup, un jour ça va finir. Profite, tu fais l'amour, parce qu'après nous on te punit.
out of the many who have gone on the platform to sell their music. They have leveraged colorful models and they've earned up to 1 million in sales by focusing on the digital downloads and exclusive content. Now, their success highlights a broader trend. Artists are trying to, bypass traditional labels to retain ownership and maximize profits. We've seen artists like Livka who have put on their music on there, and people have bought. It shows that people are willing to connect with their artists, willing to, support them and pay for the talent and the music that they're putting out. There's a need for us to trust that process, because if we are waiting for Spotify, Apple Music to do that for us, we are going to wait for a long time. So is colorful the future? We're here for it. Now, next up, we are going to be talking about one of the most amazing album rollouts in a while. Cardi B's Am I the Drama is a rollout masterclass. Now, Cardi B's album Rollout is anything but lazy. She has used skits, she has hawked on the street, and she has done viral social media content to sell physical CDs and vinyls. We've seen her, create her cut memes and sell it to her fans. She has done meet and greet. She has been on almost all shows for her media tours, and she is still giving us back to back. Now, though her album has just been released, she has been on our radar, and it is showing that marketing is supposed to be authentic, it's supposed to be engaging, an artist that connects directly with their fans. And it's been a long while since we had this kind of marketing, because for now most artists are about the glitz and the glams, show us reels, show us videos, show us just little chats here and there. But she is leaning more into culture and relatability. And is there someone who is doing something close to that? I think someone I've seen doing that this year is Kyan, a young Cameroonian who, before her release, she has brought up series like
Ken, true.
It started out as a social media series where she was just like having conversations with different people, like a date, but it turned out to be a proper rollout that took us into her mind, took us into what she is trying to, tell us through her piece or through her, release. And when it finally came out, it kind of created that buzz that people wanted to hear and people wanted to see for an artist. Now, most times artists today just want to release music and relax and be like, okay, I've done my part, but your part is not finished.
Avec 2000 francs, tu peux acheter 2 shawarma au rond-point. Avec 2000, tu as mon mini-album Suite 20 en vente et c'est stylac. Avec 2000 francs, achète mon EP. Will you understand my love?
You have to put yourself out there. You have to, show that your fans are a part of your creative process. You take them behind the scenes. You have conversations with them.
Quel est le conseil que vous donneriez à un jeune qui aborde la vingtaine?
Un jeune qui aborde la vingtaine,
You create something that is worthy of attention. Why should we care about your music? Why should it matter to us? Whether we are fans, whether we're new people that you want us to discover, why should we care?
C'est comme ça que je retrouve Bafi, Kinda, Ludovic, Tas, Dashor, Djibril, Zek, MC, Orok, Asap et Ouka pour travailler.
So, definitely an album masterclass that I'm looking forward to somebody else who is going to show us something different. Now, for our What's Next segment is something we are all looking forward to, or something we've all looked forward to. But the wait is over. Ecran Noir Festival 2025, Central Africa's largest cinema event, kicks off on the 20th of September in Yaoundé, Cameroon, which runs until September the 27th. Now, this year marks the 29th edition of the festival under the theme of the challenges of African cinema distribution on and off the continent, which is a conversation that needs to be had.
My edition of the Ecran Noir Film Festival from September 20 to 27, 2025 in Yaoundé. Program highlights include screenings, competition, children's activities.
Now, this edition is to tackle the critical issues facing the industry, from accessibility to global reach. Now, the festival will feature international conferences, production workshops, and screenings held at the University of Yaoundé, which is formerly known as the Canal Olympia. They're going to be having all the events there. We have 58 films which are in competition, including 22 feature films fiction and documentary, and 36 short films. And something I am personally looking forward to is the Diju pour un film, which is a category where they have 10 days to make a short film, which is an incredible feat, by the way. So if you're looking forward to something to do this week, or you just want to, you know, get into the world of cinema, learn stuff, go for the workshops, be part of the conversations and conferences, you definitely know where to go at the old Canal Olympia, which is now known as the University of Yaoundé 1 complex. Well, that is it from our stables of Quad Enough, what's new and what's next. And if you want to, you know, get more conversations on the AFRIMMA, on music, we had an amazing guest who, you know, dissected that with us. So make sure you go check out that episode and let us know what you think.